Harfa at-Tafsir. Moving on to the two particles of Tafsir. So the two particles of Tafsir, one is ay. Yes, ay is very common. So yufassaru biha al-mufrad, meaning the mufassar and the mufassir. So for example, as'alullah al-firdaus. So you are doing is a mufrad and this is the tafsir. So via the ay, you need tafsir of a mufrad. Yes? Or you need tafsir of a jumla. Istaghfarullah. So now, the mufassar, the thing being explained is a jumla. What does istaghfarullah mean? Sa'antullah yaghfir li. This is the tafsir of istaghfarullah. Are you following? So with ay, the word after it can be used for the word you can use to do tafsir of a mufrad or tafsir of a jumla. Both are possible. Yes, that's very clear. This is very clear. Okay? Acha. The second is particles an tafsiriyya. Yes, not an masdariyya or an mukhaffa min muthaqqala. An tafsiriyya. La yufassaru biha illa al-jumla. You following? Like the thing, the tafsir is it has to be a jumla. The tafsir has to be what? A jumla. Nadaynahu. We called out to him. When we called out to him, we said the following words. It's a whole tafsir jumla. Ya Ibrahim. So, ya Ibrahim. Is that clear? Acha. Now, you only use an tafsiriyya. So it's not the exact same thing, but just in English, you have direct and indirect quotations. When it's direct quotation, you would use quotation marks. And when it's indirect quotation, you don't use quotation marks. He said, wow. And he said he was amazed. So direct, indirect. So it's not the same equivalent, but it's like down those lines. So in Arabic, sometimes you have a quotation mark, and think of the quotation as what? An. And the non-quotation is without an, but it's not direct and indirect. But it's like something of that. Sometimes you have an, sometimes you don't have one. When do you have an? To bring an tafsiriyya, there must be a few conditions. You must have one of the following. Okay? Yes? You have to have one of the following. You must have before and you must have a jumla. فيها معنى القول دون لفظه. This will start already. You must have the meaning of qawl. You can't have qawl يقول. قال يقول سأل يسأل doesn't come with an. But you have to have another word equal to قال يقول, meaning you're saying something, you're quoting something, but it's not قال يقول. Because قال يقول doesn't have an. Yes, سأل يسأل doesn't have an. But it has a word which says قال, has the meaning of saying, quoting, he said, he spoke, he uttered. But it can't be قال يقول. Nada, it's not قال يقول. So you call, what do you say? I call. What do I say? I call out to him, Ya Ibrahim. I call out to him, Ya Abdul Rahman, Ya Zaid. You following? You following? So what are the examples of words which have the meaning of qawl, but not the word qawl? Like nida, nadaynahu. So it means to call, to say something, but not the word qala. Wahyu, wawhayna ila Musa. Instead of saying alqi asaq, what comes in here? An alqi asaq. Are you following? Al-ahd, to promise, to make a covenant. So, وَأَهِدْنَا إِلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ. We take a promise from Ibrahim and Ismail, طَهِرَ بَيْتِيَ. But because it's ahida, so the word an comes in, it's an tafsiriyya. Kitaba, to write. إِنِّي أُلْقِيَ إِلَيَّ كِتَابٌ كَرِيمٌ إِنَّهُ مِنْ سُلَيْمَانَ وَإِنَّهُ بِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ أَلَّا تَعْلُوا عَلَيَّ. So, أَلَّا تَعْلُوا. The an is what? Quotation. Usually, لَا تَعْلُوا عَلَيَّ وَأْتُونِي مُسْلِمِينَ. But the an is not tafsiriyya because the word kataba is not saying, you say kataba ilayya, but the meaning kataba is included in the whole aspect. Are you following? And the last thing is, you can't, so this is one, you must have like, ma'al qawduna fa'lihi, like these. Maybe more, but these are like some common ones that come in the Quran. These are verbs which have the meaning of qala yaqulu, to say something, but they're not actually qala yaqulu. So in all of these examples you have here, وَنَادَيْنَاهُ أَنْ يَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ أَنْ أَلْقِ عَصَاكَ أَنْ طَهِّرَ بَيْتِيَ لِلطَّائِفِينَ أَلَّا تَعْلُوا عَلَيَّ وَأْتُونِي مُسْلِمِينَ. So this is condition number one. Condition number two is أَلَّا تَكُونَ قَبْلَهَا حَرْفُ جَرٍّ لَفْظًا أَوْ تَقْدِيرًا. That it must not have a harfun jar before it. It must not have what before it? Harfun jar. If you have a harfun jar, whether harfun jar is mentioned or harfun jar is muqaddar, then this will not be what? Taqdiri. This will not be what? An masdariyya. It will not be an tafsiriyya, it will be what? An masdariyya. So for example here, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُكُمْ أَن تَذْبَحُوا بَقَرَةً. What kind of an is this? Is it tafsiriyah, or is it masdariyah? What is it, tafsiriyah or masdariyah? Is it tafsiriyah or is it masdariyah? Remember, tafsiriyah is amil or ghair amil? Tafsiriyah is amil or ghair amil? Ghair amil. Has this been amal or not been amal? ذبح يذبح يذبح يذبحان يذبحون تذبح تذبحان يذبحنا تذبح تذبحان تذبحون. So what's happened to the noon? So what's an? Is it amal or ghair amil? So is it masdariyah or tafsiriyah? It's masdariyah. Why is not? So it's not tafsiriyah. So we know why, because we say what's muqaddar here? Harfun jar. Inna Allah ya'murukum bi an ta'muru. How do you know? Even it comes in the Quran, Inna Allah ya'murukum bil adli. So amara comes with ba. So we say there's an an muqaddara here. That's why an is not going to be tafsiriyah, it's going to be masdariyah. So in Jalalain, many places you will see they have a ba, he said they have an, and before that he put the word ba. He's doing ishara. This is what ba is masdariyah, not tafsiriyah. So in Jalalain, we see when he puts before the an, he puts a ba. That's the reason he's trying to point out that this is not tafsiriyah. What is it? Masdariyah. So like example, he would put here. So if you look at it, you say in Jalalain, possibly he would probably have it. Inna Allah ya'murukum bi an tadhbahu baqara. He put the, but he said Inna Allah ya'murukum bi, and then in brackets the Quran says an tadhbahu. Are you following me? All right. There's one masala here. That لا يلزم من اجتماع شرائطها دخولها. Even if all the conditions are met, these are conditions for it being permissible, not conditions for it being wajib. So even if you have an example like here, وَنَادَيْنَاهُمَا رَبُّهُمَا أَلَمْ أَنْهَكُمَا. Is there an here? Where's an?
No, it's not.
That's أَنْهَكُمَا, that's the verb. وَنَادَيْنَاهُمَا رَبُّهُمَا وَنَادَاهُمَا رَبُّهُمَا أَلَمْ أَنْهَكُمَا. So here we have what? The verb nida. There's no ba muqaddar. There is no, this is فعل القول دون لفظه. Yet there's no an. There's no an. Correct? What is there? There is no an. Now if there's no an, what happens now? Is because the having an is not necessary when the shara are found. Having the shara is only allows it to happen. So when you have the shara found, then you can do what? You can have an, but you don't have to have an. Right? You following? Acha. إذا لم يكن قبلها جملة, when there's no jumla before, it's going to be what? مخففة. Are you following? So sometimes you get an an. Like for example here, you have وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Yes? Now is this tafsiriyah or not tafsiriyah? It's not tafsiriyah. Why? There's no jumla before it. Because وآخر دعواهم is مضاف إليه become the mubtada. And in tafsiriyah, what do you have to have? A jumla before it. And you do tafsir the jumla. وَنَادَاهُمَا رَبُّهُمَا. So nada fa'il, huma maf'ul bihi, rabbuhuma fa'il. That's complete. But وَآخِرُ دَعْوَاهُمْ is mubtada. So if you have a scenario where we have what do you have before it? An incomplete sentence. We say that's not just a tip. That's not going to be an tafsiriyah. What's that going to be? An mukhaffaf and muthaqqala. Is that clear to everybody? So two things. One is, even if all the conditions are found, you don't have to have it. As an example, alam anhukuma an rabbukuma. Alam wanadahuma rabbuhuma alam anhukuma an tilka shajara. And number two, if it must have a full jumla before it. If no full jumla before it, then what's going to happen? You can't have an tafsir, you have to have, it will be mukhaffafa min al-muthaqqala. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.